Oh, we are live, though.
I know, yeah. Hello, how are we? I didn't see the thing go red. How are we, lads? This is Anfield Road TV. It's myself and Jack, and I'm hosting tonight, apparently. So, a bit of news coming through. I don't know what we're going to start with first tonight, Jack. I can say hello and I can say hello to everybody, but I have no idea what the first topic is. So you can tell me. You can fill me in.
I did tell Kev anyway.
He did.
He wasn't listening. Right, Kubo, obviously.
And then telling the kids to shut up outside.
The Salah, obviously, there will come one day where Salah needs to be replaced or retires. So we'll have a little look about the rumours anyway, Kubo, and any other potential right wingers that potentially you, Kev, or anyone in the comments as well would like to see come to Liverpool. Could it be another Bakayoko, the youngster at PSV, or your other suggestions as well? And a little bit on, obviously, FSG, potential new club. There's a little update. A very well respected journalist in Liverpool scene. We'll get to that very soon as well. But Kev, are you there? Obviously, this will be quite a short one as well tonight. Yeah. Obviously, Kev's got to he's got.
Yeah, I've got rehearsals and a bit of recording tonight, so otherwise I'll be ready for the show. That's why I'm so flustered at the moment. I'm getting everything ready. I'm telling them, but yeah, I'll be there at this time. I'll be there at that time. Everybody wants a piece of Kev tonight for some reason. I know what's going on.
So good. Pay you by the hour, lad, as always. There we go. It's so I'm looking forward to it. We'll get straight into it. Obviously, chat. Keep on getting your comments in. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. All the links to Kev's socials, as always, are in the description as well. And make sure you do head over to if you're in Ireland or Cork or whatnot. Obviously, make sure you do head over to Kegs.
Call me Keg all you want, man.
Kev's Gigs. You love a kegger madly as well, don't you, Lance?
No, I'm off it.
Oh, yeah. Right, so we'll go straight into this first article anyway. Obviously, David Lynch, you know who David Lynch is, but if you don't know who he is, go and check him out, follow him. Obviously, he's got a very good YouTube channel that I always do watch as well. He's one of the best in the business in regards to Liverpool news, and obviously he's a very well-respected journalist as well. Hopefully one day, if David's not busy, I'd love to get him on, but obviously with people working in that media scene, it's very, very busy, special pre-season on the horizon. But David's gone on to add to this afternoon, FSG sources dismissing suggestions that they have resumed talks to acquire Bordeaux. They insist no change since last week's statement, confirming a deal wouldn't be progressing. So, Kev and Chas, where does this leave FSG? Like, for a potential new club, who do you anticipate them to, or what avenues or other markets in terms of the sport and brand that FSG hold in their many of portfolios of business? What do you reckon the next steps for them will be?
Well, for me, I think what they're trying to do is it's kind of a clever model, to be honest with you. I think that they're trying to buy a club that don't necessarily get into the Champions League all the time. Yeah. But teeter on the edge of that, the Europa Leagues or whatever like that. They're looking for a club of that stature. They're looking to buy a club that will create a lot of talent and either upgrade to Liverpool or sell on for a huge profit, where the benefits will eventually come back our way. So they'll want the club to self-sustain itself, but they'll want to take the profits and then probably pump it into Liverpool. In that way, so it just has an extra added revenue, an extra investment capital. They could tie in the businesses together. So
it's this notion really, and Kevin and chat. Anyone tuning in as well on the repeat, do get involved in the comments as always. Me, Kev, or the community will reply to it anyway and get involved. But it's just weird that I think football, especially over the last 25 years, certainly since the emergence of obviously Sky taking over the rights for the Premier League as well, and the money that is awashed within English football now as well. Sadly, not to the lower extent in terms of like when you go down to like League One and League Two and everything. I'd like to see a bit more. I think all of us, every football fan up and down the country, would see a bit more investment into grassroots in terms of just developing the game, more infrastructure, more payments as well. But and obviously that just stems really from the proper running and the proper foundations, really, the football pyramid. That's a whole another show for another night anyway, to rant and rave about anyway. But it's the business. It's football. Liverpool is a business, Kev. I think me and you get frustrated sometimes. We'd like to sign players X, Y, and Z, whoever that may be. But I think in terms of a business model, we all know that as much as that word does annoy us, but we need to be run like we can all agree. Every Liverpool fan probably agrees, certainly, that we are a business. We need to be ran correctly and not ran into the sake that you spoke about last night, Kev. Obviously, in terms of George and obviously the two Cowboys that were in prior to obviously FSG's appointments. It's the so they will, of course. Can you understand any qualms really that people have got in terms of the fan base in relation to getting a bit disgruntled? Because certain fans out there, and me included, possibly as well, I'd like them to see a bit more. Well, just mainly that their focus be a bit more on Liverpool, or is that from my perspective, or other fans out there, is that a bit too selfish to really think that Liverpool is the priority and they shouldn't be going into other avenues in their different portfolios of business that they have?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it really matters. They own multitudes of businesses. They've done it. They've made them self-sustainable, and then they've gone on to the next project and added extra teams or sports to their portfolio. With regards to this, I can only see a benefit in Liverpool because I mean what they've done right now is that they've left the hands of the club really in Edwards and Hughes' hands. And, Tom Warner's going to go in there now with FSG and he's going to have a look at whoever they take over, whether it be Bordeaux, whether they want to do it in the French league, whether they want to do it elsewhere. They look at a team that's along a similar line or a stature, they have a Bordeaux, maybe a Toulouse or something they might look at now, or maybe something like that. But they won't want to, well, they might, but they won't want to see a team that's competing with Liverpool in the Champions League. They'll want a team that's teetering on the edge, and they'll just self-sustain them. So, or improve them slightly to a point where they're just financially stable and maybe battling for league titles. And if they do get in the Champions League, there's nothing they can do about that as owners, but it'll just benefit us at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Mason, chat, let us know, obviously, your thoughts on that, because it's that bearing gripe, really, for certain sections of our fan base, really. I can understand where they're coming from in terms of when you spoke about that, Kev. If you're that club that they're buying, then becoming a feeder club, but I suppose that's the big world of football. Every football club is a feeder club to everyone.
It's better to be a feeder club than a club in administration.
Yeah,
that's what they would say.
Yeah, obviously Toulouse and other clubs down there in the French League On. Is it who's the big famous team down there in the French League On 2? Or
are they? Toulouse.
It's not Toulouse. Chat, no. Let us know on the repeat.
Lyon, Bordeaux, Lille, Nice.
Saint Etienne. There we go.
Saint Etienne. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, obviously they have got a rich history in European football as well, not just in the French Ligue 1. But just like me, Ligue 1, parler le français, as well. But a Scouse twang in that as well. Failed me me French GCSE. Not the best. Anyway, I got a pass.
I was good at French back in the day. I did years of French in school when I was there. I did French and German, and if I could put two full sentences together, and I was really good at it in school. But because I haven't used it in 20 odd years, if I could put two full sentences together now, I'd be laughing. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is.
I do wish I could rewind time and then do translations in French.
Do you know what the funniest thing is, Jack? In school, we were given the opportunity to do languages, right? I think Italian came in later, but the choices were French, German, and Spanish. And I chose French and German and ended up marrying a South American. Speak Spanish. Would have been handy though,
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, I'm guessing you might have used a bit of Google Translate back in the day, mate. Anyway, so
Deep L is better for the translators. Called Deep L. Yeah, way better.
There we go. So
no, look, I don't speak much Spanish, but I understand it.
Yeah, there we go. Two beers, please, or whatever that is in Spanish. Sorry, chat. Two San Miguel, please.
Cerveza, por favor.
There we go. So, chat, let us know if you can speak another language. We know our good mate Owen from obviously the absolute legend that he is, the Cop On podcast. You can speak many languages, as we spoke. Obviously, obviously Owen's background as well. Hope to get him on the channel very soon as well. But Paul, evening. having a little walk with the dogs. Happy days there, Paul. Massive thank you for tuning in, mate. And hopefully we can provide you a bit more better audio than whatever audio you're listening to out walking your dog anyway or whatnot. Big up there, Carl. Massive thank you for tuning in, as always, mate. Seeing Yakko come out today, so basically sold there will be no signs. Yeah, Carl, me and Kev said this literally at the beginning of the month. Well, last Monday. But everyone, judging from the title that we had this week as well, literally all hell broke loose. Quite literally, I had a couple of messages going. It was a bit of a drastic title, but it was to the point really, and it done its business on the YouTube algorithm because everyone was like, "Whoa, what's all this about?" But it literally is. It summarizes the current climate we do find ourselves in the football and world of football, like.
And just I'm laughing at Carl's last comment.
Oh, there we go. Right. So yeah, Carl.
Carl's last note of the last comment, the one he just threw up.
Oh, it's all right, Carl. I can barely speak English anyway, so it sounds. There we go. I speak fluent. There we go, Carl.
Mon Dieu.
Yeah, it's good. It's only July, Carl. Smarty about not being.
It is, lads. We have to relax with all the signing stuff. Like, we have a brand new manager, and what's he going to do? Come in and then like not see if the current players can adjust to his style of play, and then just like get it like. So he has to come in and do his whole management style based on Klopp's history. It makes no sense. Like the players have played a certain way under Klopp, and it started not working near the end. Because we're getting it, I can't remember the last time that we had a full-on press inside for a long time, and that was some of our best football. I think Klopp eased off on the lads, to be honest. I think he started taking it easy on them as they went on because he knew that they could probably win games without the full pressing game. But I think Slot will want that back. He'll 100% want that back. He'll want his own style in there. So I would 100% wait to see what Slot picks. Leave him do his couple of pre-seasons. He'll get his feel for it then. Real Betis coming up this Saturday, is it? So, is it Real Betis first?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be our first game.
Yeah.
So speaking of me not being able to speak English there, chat, as you can see in the comments, smash the Rees, whatever that is. You know that.
Smash like Rees.
Smash the like button as well, everyone. Massive thank you for tuning in. We'll get to all your comments. And we'll go straight into the next topic of debate, really. So that was just a little bit about, obviously, FSG. Chat, let us know your thoughts. Me and Kevin had our little say as well. We'll be interested to see who FSG do add to their portfolio. But I was playing devil's advocate, really, a bit before, saying I can understand. I'd be a bit frustrated, say, if, like, the whack, 300, 400 million, but that's probably already in their business account, really, on a separate direct debit payments or whatever they want to use. These multi-millionaires anyway, it's all loans. It's like, oh, we'll get a loan for this.
They'll just start a new company, fund it in there, and then use that as the owners, and then make FSG the owner of that company.
Yeah,
it's just ways around these things. So.
Yeah, might get a Wonga loan out or whatever they say.
Yeah. Look, we'll either get players that come up kind of like Salzburg to Leipzig. That's what most of these teams are doing now. They have kind of like I said, Barcelona beat the Barcelona A. You have all of these secondary teams that kind of think we can probably poach their best ones first, and you'll have little clauses put into contracts under FSG ownership where if somebody like a Liverpool comes in straight away that this action has to happen within the contract. So there's all of these like ways, and people when you have a company like that owns a team, similar to Bordeaux or something like this, other players that are kind of like of a higher caliber that are looking for the fastest route to the Premier League might want to go and play a season or so there. And then just say, right, FSG know that I'm really good now because I'm under them. Maybe they'll bring me up to Liverpool. It'll stop them from going to maybe like Werder Bremen and then maybe up to Dortmund and then maybe up to somewhere else then after that. So it's just a faster path, kind of like Sadio Mane did at Salzburg. He went Salzburg, to Southampton, that kind of way. So
that'll be one of them chats as well. So the other one as well, Chelsea. Chat, let us know. You'll know anyway. Anyone on repeats, their club that they owned. Was it like 10 years ago? Where he was sending all the players out to that for it? Was it the Dutch team? I think it was. That's why they signed a load of Dutch youngsters about 5 years ago anyway. It's just mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. That's the world of football we do find ourselves in as well. We get what we get. Anyway, lads, we don't go begging. Just made up that you're in here. Everyone's in here. As I said, everyone's got busy lives.
Steve.
I think it must be a new commenter.
New commenter.
Pick up there, Steve. And mods, can you please drop Steve's channel link in there? Be much appreciated. Big up there, mate. Help if we can in any way. Well, thank you for tuning in, mate. Agree with that. Doesn't matter about signing immediately. Obviously, echoing what you said there, Kev. With Cal.
No, the number 6 is important. I've said that since day one. It's just all of these other signings that people are expecting or want, and it's just not. The number 6 is what he's going to give Tyler Martin and Baichedic a chance around Wataru Endo, because we know that Endo can do the business if he's got the right players fit around him. But it's just it's a matter of somebody to rotate with Wataru, really.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. The upper tier. No, how are we doing, lads? Hope you had a good day, mate. I'll message you after the show tonight, mate. I'll just see what your scheduling is. But no worries if you can't join the 6 p.m s. We'll do plenty of post-match shows this season on Kev's channel and on mine as well. But with plenty of content to come, mate. Somewhat agree, but defo need signings for a couple of positions, regardless of what slot uncovers. Players have left and cover is light in some areas. Echoing what Kev said there as well. Yes, he's a squad player, mate. He's 100%. We all agree he's a squad player.
He did the job last season. There was just a couple of times he was caught out. That's it. Because he was left on his own.
Yeah. If you're new around here, smash a like, smash a subscribe as well. Head over to Kev's channel, obviously Spider LFC. Kev's got plenty of live streams coming up, pre-match and post-match shows as well. And obviously on the Kitmen, you're absolute legends. But the final story that we were going to cover was only going to be a little short show this evening, chat. Kev, Kubo, you've been watching a lot of highlights. I think this fella's name was cropped up a couple of nights ago, but obviously it wasn't really on the agenda. But judging from the last 48 hours, there's been murmurings, not an anything concrete, just a lot of news, a lot of articles being written from plenty of news outlets out there, whether that be Spanish, obviously Japanese, obviously English newspapers as well. Interesting, Kev. Me and you spoke this week about when the time does come for Salah, for Virgil, and of course, no, Trent's too young, but mainly those two players. If Liverpool don't replace them significantly, it could be a big issue. Whether Liverpool get money or Salah retires at Liverpool, there needs to be preparation put in place. Would Kubo, from what you've seen, obviously you're not an average Real Sociedad season ticket holder, mate, but from what you've seen, the statistics, do you like the looks of him?
To see what Slack could do with him, his shooting is not there's no kind of real strength. It's kind of similar to me. There was no real strength in the shooting there. Most of the Japanese guys are fairly weak with the shots anyway, but they're really good with their feet. So he looks good. He can play a multitude of places, positions, which is good. He can play in the midfield, the central midfield. He can play on the attacking left, the attacking right. He can play on the left wing, the right wing, and through number 10 role or an open role. So he's got a nice little pedigree started, and he's only young as well.
He's only
years
20,
of age.
23. Yeah. The fact that he played, obviously, Real Madrid did. Like they got him at a young age. Obviously, he has moved away from Real Madrid now as well. It's valued at in and around £50 million. I think
that's pretty much down to Vinicius Jr. coming through them ranks. That way, he wasn't going to get a look at. So
as a sideline said there, Real Sociedad have a good eye for players. Before Kubo, they had Isaac and Odegaard in their team, putting them in top 4 a few times in the past few years as well. So they are a very good footballing side by all accounts from an outside point of view. Obviously, as sideline said, their league position.
Obviously, Xabi Alonso's club as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he managed the B team, was it? Like also.
No, he played. I think we bought him from and Pepe Reina. I think it was those guys. We buy him from there. Was
Villarreal. I think
Villarreal was Pepe. Okay, right. One of the other. Yeah, I know. They were around kind of similar times. You see, so. I'm just kind of wondering. Well, obviously, Pepe came in afterwards, but they were around the same couple of seasons, and I knew we got him in from one of those. But I know Sociedad was definitely Alonso, I think.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And the thing is, as Kev alluded to before, chat is he can play multiple positions. For anyone that has not seen him play, judging from obviously the data and everything, He can play. He's played the majority of his career so far to date. He's played right wing. He's played 105 games in his career so far, registering 16 goals, 16 assists. And then the second most position he's played is a second striker. He's played 28 games there.
That's what he said. He's like Jared Bowen. He reminds me of Jared Bowen.
Yeah, and obviously attacking midfielder 28, left winger 19 games as well. So it's a multitude of positions, Kevin. That is fundamentally what Sadio Mane done, what Salah has done as well. Bobby tried to do everything, but obviously he was playing as a false nine anyway. But it's a hallmark of a very good Liverpool attacker. Obviously coincided with the quality as well, but you need to. I don't like this notion with Luis Diaz as well. I know he can play right wing, but a certain element.
He doesn't cross enough, Jack.
Yeah.
I love Luis Diaz. He just does not cross the ball enough. He's always looking to get back onto the edge of the box, and then sometimes he holds onto it a bit too long. He's a very, very gifted footballer, and I think he can maybe, because as far as I've heard, as much as Klopp is a bit no nonsense, Schlatt is proper no nonsense. So like he'll be your best mate up until you're not doing what he wants you to do, and then he'll just heave you out, And if it's not working for him in pre-season, he can't see any way to get through to a player, then he'll sell him. Just the way it is. In Feyenoord, he did the same thing with the pre-season. Looked at the players and then bought 17 players. You know what I mean? So that'll just tell you he'll give him time to adjust, and if he doesn't see that that's not going to work, that's not going to go. That's what he'll sell and buy.
100%. He'll be coming into Liverpool with a bit more of a bigger resume in terms of the quota of players, and obviously a bigger checkbook, really. So he'll be like, "Oh, how much have we got to spend?" I know sections of our fan base certainly me as well over the years going. Yeah, the FSG will probably give Arnie Schlott and Hughes 20 quid to spend. Anyway,
we have 190 that was available no matter what the season. That was outside anything extra coming in.
Yeah, and Thiago's contract as well. That's obviously 20 million or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Give him
about 14 million a year or something like that is freed up. So you've all of that there as well, and that can be spread across the new lads' contract as well. You can take 100k or let's say 125k. Yeah, so add 25 to 30k to the lads' contracts for the with bonuses. But look, Liverpool are covered in all those bases when it comes to contract. It's not like freeing up somebody's. You would say a wage is freed up, but that should be freed up for somebody else coming in, rather than it just being spread across the new lads. I think Liverpool have well done the homework, and they're waiting on and have the figures in their head of what they want to do to offer Verge, Salah, and Trent. To keep him there beyond the end of this season. But I'm not really too worried because I can either see us selling at least one immediately if they are deciding that they're not going to listen. But look, according to what the club is saying, they're going to talk to these lads around November, December, and just get it sorted and give everybody a nice little happy Christmas present by signing all three contracts. It'd be great if they did a little video with all the three of them signing something like so which would be good.
They just swore at the media camera going, which is calm down. We're not leaving. We're not. It was a Wolf of Wall Street anyway. We're not.
They can't do another Salah stays or Salah announced.
There we go.
That was the first one Salah had announced. I remember.
Liverpool's media team should get a pay rise for all the content that they have done over the last couple of years. It's been absolutely amazing. And they are allowed to the rest as well. Media is a very busy time for anyone, any business as well. The lads do plenty of content throughout the season. So they are like the players, like the managers, I think, sections of our fan base.
Yeah.
Don't believe you should get it to like a holiday. It's like, come on. Like every department of Liverpool, everyone needs time and a bit of rest to recuperate. And
they're not robots.
As well, 100%. As Steve said, we need Zubimendi and Marino from Sociedad and their centre backs. Steve, we did cover that yesterday or the night before. Anyway,
last night was Saturday. Sorry, Saturday was the number 6 show.
Yeah, so go and check that out. See if you haven't seen it, may as well anyone tuning in. Speaking of Real Sociedad from midfielder, I'd take Zubimendi. Big up there. I think you're all singing from the same hymn sheet tonight, chat. Xabi coached the youth team. Oh yeah, that was 100%. Pepe Reina. I think it was Villarreal. We got him from. I love Nico Williams to replace Salah if possible. Nice one for that super chat, Carl. Really do appreciate it, lads. Big up there, Jen. Evening. What's all this then? they know much
Squad
about him.
player, I'd say.
Yeah, this potentially Kubo, Jen. Hope you've had a good week, mate. Yeah, obviously we need to prioritise a replacement for Salah. I think fundamentally, Kev, and for everyone, if we can get him in the door this season, it really helps for me, for my personal opinion. Like, I don't want it to be we sell Salah or he leaves on a free,
Yeah.
and we've got a massive hole. Like, it would be the biggest hole we've had missing since.
I think we should just go after Kudus.
Kudos. Yeah, as we
I
mentioned.
think we should just go after Kudus and just test West Ham's resolve. You probably get him for about 45 minutes. He's just after as we've seen, he changed his legal team and his representation as an agent, mainly because they probably forced him to go to West Ham in the first place rather than putting him up to a bigger fish. So I think he's kind of like, I want to kind of move on now, and I've proven myself a bit in the Premier League. So yeah, I would take him in there, right hand side. You could easily rotate him and Salah depending on the game. I think Salah would welcome the break and enjoy the whole scenario of coming on in games, playing 3 in a row, taking a rest every 5 games. Kudus, Salah can move in central if it's not working out for Darwin, and you could have Kudus on the right there as well. There's multiple ways that the team can be played.
Yeah, 100%. Big up there, Sean. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for tuning in again, mate. We've had a very good Monday, and everyone's had a good start here Monday anyway, as best as he possibly can. Sean's comments, and I'll get a couple of comments to close out tonight's show as well. People that have left in anyway on the repeat. Klopp's pressing has stopped because we lost Mane and Firmino, and was left with an aging, unfit Salah, basically, in my opinion. Thoughts on what Sean's got to say there, mate?
Well, they were two big pressing monsters in Bobby and Mania. We never really replaced them, as Edward said himself, because that's the kind of style of football that he wanted to go for as well. Is the people that he was, the type of players he was looking for. When he left, he said it himself. He didn't like the caliber of players that came in his absence, and he would have tried to rectify that ASAP as soon as he was, if he was still there. But now they've been in and settled for a couple of seasons. Even Milner, as much as his legs were nearly gone at the end, he was still pressed for you. So you're not seeing much. Harvey will work. He'll run for you. He'll press a bit for you from the front. Tracking back too far is not something he doesn't do. Gravenberch doesn't do it that much. He doesn't track back that much. Gakpo tends to stroll back a bit. Jones will work a bit in the midfield, but he won't track back that often. So you're left with Maka will track back, Sebastian will track back,
and big hole
will. So yeah, so we're going to need people that are pretty much going to have to be box to box forwards. So
yeah. So as Kev and Sean did say there as well, I think agree with them both. It's going to be a big key asset for any player. Obviously, the fundamental qualities that individual player, whoever they come in, or obviously developing on currently what we already do have, is massively important as well.
And even with the Salah point there, Jack, as well, we have to realise that was Salah's first major injury.
Yeah,
it's and the fact that he didn't fully recuperate, or even after that, and he was man marked the entire season, So yeah.
100%. Chat, we are going to round up in a little second as well. Kev's got to shoot very soon, so quickly rattle through these. And if you haven't already done so, drop a like, massively does help out. I know a couple of people, Panov was saying on the comments last night after the show, he didn't get a notification. Obviously, so if you've got your notifications on the channel, even on Kev's channel as well, or anyone's channel for that matter, on YouTube or whatever social media platform you follow everyone, just untick the notification bell and then reapply it, and then click all notifications on all social media platforms for that individual content creator that you want to be watching as well. Because sometimes it does knacker it up. Sometimes it's silly. It should work. I think Twitch is very good with their notification system. I mean, that's the only social media platform that is at the moment really got it spot on when people do go live. Quickly on that, Carl, I can see Seth van den Berg being the new centre back we are looking for, and Stefan Bajcetic being the DM. Hang on, we've already got them owners being Carl. As we said, me and Kev this week, and we all agreed, all of us in the comments, they are very good squad players. Even better if those two lads can become first team regular, a bit like obviously the Kwanzaa, the young lad Kwanzaa. But it's we don't want to be resting our whole season title challenging campaign on two youngsters, because that is certainly unfair on both of them. And obviously they've got to learn quick, haven't they, Kev? But
yeah,
we need
but
to
look, by Chetich for me, from seeing him from the previous seasons and the way he was developing under Thiago, for me he's. I hate saying it because he's close, but I rate him way higher than Curtis Jones now. Because I think he's able to turn moving the ball. I think he's able to hold the ball a bit better. He doesn't, hold it too long. But what he does look for is the 1-2 constantly, and that's what you kind of need. You need that kind of anchor player going around the corner of other players and creating space for other players, and that's exactly what he does. I think Jones and Diaz and these guys are just a bit too similar to each other in what they provide within the side. I think that they can get in the way more than they can create space. So I'd love to see Jones do well in the Liverpool shirt as a Scouser, but at the moment it's the same old for me for every couple of seasons. You've been saying it for years as well. Will Divock Origi ever get going? No. Will any of these guys ever get going? No, and it doesn't happen.
That's a perfect example there, Kev. It's spot on what you said there as well, chat. So we've had Origi and we've had Shakiris of this world over the last couple of years, but City have always had the Alvarez's. They've always had the Bernardo when he's on the bench or another player. I think we all agree we can't. We'd love to get up to that level, but we could have got that extra 50-60 million pound player on the bench in a couple of those seasons, which would have massively helped as well. The season that Laporte did get injured for City, we won the league. Like, he was that important for City. And then what did they do the following season? They went out and splashed the cash and got that priority sorted. So hopefully, ideally. But as we said, chat, me and Kev this week and everyone doing their shows as well, Hughes said in his press conference, go and check his interview that he done with Arne Slot. August will be a very busy window, time in the month. But Kev, massive thank you for tuning in, mate. Obviously, got any gigs with the bands coming up? Shout them out.
Yeah, we've got one of our biggest ones of the we've got one of our biggest ones of the year coming up on Saturday, in Ireland, anyway, at least. And that's we're playing Druid Fest, which is pretty much 3 fields full of motorcyclists and motorbike enthusiasts, and it's a giant festival rally kind of thing. And we were the headlining act on that on the Saturday night on the main stage, kicking off there about 10 p.m. I think. So that should be a good one. It's the full bells and whistles, all big light show, the whole lot. Brilliant. So yeah, that's the next one coming up for us, big wise. The rest of them are kind of we call them kind of normal gigs, but they're bigger for most other bands as well. So we've got a couple of other small festival kind of gigs coming up outside that. But just the biggest one left for the year is this Saturday. I think so.
Yeah. So any Irish Reds or anyone traveling to Ireland, anyway, let Kev know. And obviously he does have social media as well, and they'll sort it out. And you can watch him in his element, really, apart from doing the YouTube. Obviously his gaming aside, but obviously his main day job, which is good. Quickly on Sean's comment, we'll get to that, mate. Read that out before we do shoot. Kubo is Diaz on the opposite wing. It might suit Slot's system, considering he's big on cutbacks and overloading central areas, but I prefer Frimpong myself. Virtually played as a right winger for Alonso. Yeah, it would be an interesting one there, Sean. Obviously, he's a right wing back, and he's the Dutch lad from obviously Frimpong. It's still mad.
I don't think Kubo is going out there to be playing on the wides. I don't think he is. I think Gakpo and him might rotate on one side. You might have Diaz. I think if Slot's smart enough, he should rotate between, like, let's say Jota's injured again another 4 or 5 times this season. You could easily have Diaz and Darwin rotating there in the middle, because Diaz is actually pretty smart when he goes through the center. And then Salah and maybe Harvey on the right or who, but even saying that, I think if he does go with the way back, like I would have brought in Frimpong, but then you're talking about tucking Trent Alexander-Arnold into the midfield, and will that work? You don't know. But with the guys bombing up the wings, I think our wing backs are going to be our bombers again this season. I think you'll have the lads. I think he's buying the likes of a Kubo and and a gap where you have to play 1-2s between these players for underlapping runs like we used to. That'll be good to see again. Yeah.
Such a creative source of output.
Yeah.
It's even at Klopp's time so important. But fingers crossed, chat. We'll do plenty of shows. We've got them plenty planned before the new season. We've got plenty of weeks. So we spoke about Kubo tonight. Chat, let us know if you are watching on the repeat. Do let me and Kev or chat know your thoughts on the youngster. Certainly, if he's not come to Liverpool, whoever he goes to, certainly would be a massive asset to any team with the quality in which he can show. Obviously, that adaptation possibly to the Premier League could have been an issue, but the way in which Isaac took to the Premier League like a duck to water, really, it was what a player he would be. Like, if money was no objective, I'd get him straight into Liverpool anyway, but I think
25 million, I'd say we do, maybe. About 25 million, I'd say we do.
Who for Isaac?
No, just for Kubo. Isaac could be about 45, 50 million, I think. 60, depending on his even more, I'd say, depending on his injury record.
I should be selling them to us anyway. We'll have an extra 30 million.
Yeah, it'll be 60.
But yeah, chat, we'll round off here. Massive thank you, Kev, for coming on, as always, mate. And most importantly, everyone for tuning in. Paul, I think we've more or less covered all the comments as well. Kev, Carl said, we ever tour Kent?
Yeah, if there's festivals over there that want us. There's a few festivals actually in the UK that we're looking at for next year, because we don't play the UK yet, which is weird. We play everywhere else, we don't play the UK yet. So I think there's one in Scotland. There's another one in Kent, or near enough to Kent. There's one in the Midlands, and there was one between Liverpool and Warrington or something, I think, if I remember rightly.
Better not be Manchester.
Nah.
Yeah, there we go. Showcase it in Fergie's garden. There you go.
Just charge them extra.
Yeah. They'll certainly give you a bit of whiskey anyway, won't he, lads? Right, chat, everyone, have a lovely rest of your Monday evening. If you are watching on the repeat on Tuesday, we will be live again today. That will be at 6 p.m. or 6:15, in and around that time anyway. Put your notification bell on as well. But a massive thank you to Kev and every single one of you all tuning in. Let us all know your thoughts on, obviously, FSG's new club model. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And obviously any potential incoming right winger. If it's not Kubo, that you don't like the looks of in terms of coming in, who would you like to see Liverpool go? And because obviously there will be one day when Salah is no longer at the football club. So as we've discussed tonight, if we can get it in before that day does eventually arrive, because it's bound to happen. Hopefully it's a lot more later than sooner anyway. But Reds, have a lovely rest of your night. Massive thank you for tuning in as always. And as always, Reds, you will never walk alone. Ta-da.